Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, and hello to all of you folks in Brownsville, Tennessee on 1520 AM and 95.3 FM, in Jackson on News Talk 101.5, and of course in the Memphis area right here on our flagship station, ESPN AM 790. 92.9 HD FM. And again, we're really happy to have with us on this show Jerry Wydner of the Hunter Safety Systems, and they've been part of Outdoors with Larry Ray for most of our 20 years. It's hard for me to believe. Jerry, is this the 20th anniversary? Are we near 20 years for you guys? What's
you know what? This is our 20th year, and I know we got started right when we went into business, so I think that's right, Larry.
I think it is. We're celebrating together here, and you guys have not only we're going to talk to Jerry about the company and what it's meant to the outdoor industry, but also recently, for more than a decade, Hunter Safety System has been awarded the coveted Gold Award in the Safety Harness category by our good friends at Reader's Choice Awards. And first of all, Jerry, congratulations to you, the family. And 20 years ago, let's look back at the way this thing developed. I enjoy hearing the story. I don't, we only got 12 or 14 minutes, but I can still remember I don't know who it was that slipped and fell and got scraped up and all this kind of stuff, and you end up having to get a seamstress and all sorts of stuff. So talk about 20 years. Ever in your wildest dreams 20 years ago think this is where you guys would be today?
You know what, Larry, that's such a good point, because absolutely not. 20 years ago, we had no intentions of going into the hunting industry, selling products, or anything of the sort. We were hunters.
Yes. Yeah.
And our incident happened, and one thing led to another, and by the grace of God, we ended up where we are today. But, the story goes back to the year 2000, and my brother John and I were hunting down in South Alabama.
Yes.
Hunting out of climbers, like we did for just forever.
Yes.
And John got put off at his spot. I left. I went down the woods away, and I was just getting up to the top of my tree. It's still dark out. And just as I'm hooking myself up, I get on the radio, because we didn't have cell phones.
No cell phones. No.
Didn't have one. No.
No.
John calls me on the old two-way radio, and he says, "Are you up your tree?" And I said, "I am." He says, "Hurry, I need help." He says, "And bring your stand." Well, that just scared me, Larry.
Well, sure.
I didn't know what in the world.
Yeah.
I didn't ask a question. I just got down, brought my stand, and just ran as hard as I could get to him. And when I got there, I found out that the base of his stand had fallen to the ground, and he, by the grace of God, caught himself on the climber as he was falling through the trap door, so to speak.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, first of all, that never happens.
No.
Somebody actually catching themselves on the way down. But it did, and we got him down to the ground, and when we did, he was totally exhausted. He was all scraped up. He's bleeding. I'm exhausted. We're both nervous and scared, and I remember looking at John, and I said, "John, why weren't you wearing your harness?"
Yes, yeah.
And I remember him looking at me and saying, "Were you wearing yours?" Oh, goodness. And it just hit us. We said, what in the world is wrong with us? We both had a harness that day.
Yes.
And we both tried to put it on.
Yeah, yeah.
But we got it tangled, and it was a mess, and we made the terrible decision, both of us, to just wad it up, throw it down, and go on.
And look what happened.
And look what happened. Now, Larry, we were staying at a camper, and we went back to the camper that night and sat there and said, okay, we've got to come up with a way to make sure that we wear our harness. Both of us have children. We got wives depending on us.
Yes.
And we have to do this, not even so much for ourselves, but because of what people are depending on us for.
Yeah, yeah.
So we went back, and on a piece of paper and a pencil we found in the camper, we started coming up with ideas and
piece of paper.
drawings and we tore papers up and we started over and we went back and forth. And but that night in South Alabama, in a camper back in the woods in the darkness,
we came
up with the hunter safety system.
Amazing, and I know that first it looked like it wasn't affordable. You went for these things, then you had to get. I'm looking at some stuff, rehashing my memory with John Pierce, the manufacturing engineer, said it couldn't be built affordable, and then you go from there and you go to Elise and the Thorntons, I think it was, and Mary Alice. You got all these people involved in this thing, and yet 20 years later. Folks, if you go to their website, they got harnesses on top of harnesses. They got accessories now. They got caps. They got stuff to wear. And if you don't think they didn't come up with just that, you went to a lima shield. I mean, it would kind of blow my mind if you sat with that piece of paper 20 years ago and know where you sit right now. You're still in Danville, Alabama, right? You're still in the same place that you
still in little Danville, Alabama, and no one knows where it is but us. We're the only ones that really know. We're kind of out in the country and have been here since day one. But Larry, you know what? I got to tell you something.
What?
You never cease to amaze me the fact that you have such a memory. I mean, you remember the names, you remember the events, you remember the story.
I remember the story. It's a great story. We could tell it every year. I don't care if you win an award or not, Jerry. I mean, I like to hear the story, and I think my listeners like to hear it because after we do these segments, I'll hear somebody say, "Is that the way that thing started?" I said, "Yeah, you can't make up these kind of things.
You can't
to do these, but in the company itself." Jerry, I know like we mentioned the accessories, and you've got now. How many harnesses you guys putting out now? How many different type harnesses? You think?
That's a good question. You know what? I don't know that I know the answer to that. Our top line right now is the Pro Series.
Pro Series, yeah, because it's got the Lima Shield in it, right? I mean,
it has the Lima Shield built right in.
I don't know how you do that, but don't give away any secrets with me. But I don't know how.
Well. You know what? It is amazing when we first got exposed to the values of a Lima Shield, and we tested it. A man out of North Carolina came up with the concept of actual, being able to kill the bacteria that causes the odor.
Wow!
And if you think about it, odor is odor comes from something. It comes from bacteria.
Yes.
Well, if you eliminate the bacteria, you eliminate the odor, and it's basically that simple. And then he come up with a way to be able to actually kill the bacteria on contact.
Amazing.
And it will stay
amazing.
Dead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sold on it because I use it here, folks, when it comes hunting time. And a lot of us are out in the woods or whatever it might be. I'm looking at those things. You even got cowbell covers. You know, I mean, that's that blew my mind when everybody in Mississippi State down there, you Bulldog fans, they got cowbell covers. All right, I mean to protect your cowbells and things. Again, we're talking to Jerry Wydner of Hunter Safety Systems out of Danville, Alabama. Recently awarded the Gold Award by our good friends at Reader's Choice Awards program, and discussing this amazing company, folks, that has saved lives, and you guys have been at the forefront of that. And that's you're in the life-saving business, really, aren't you, Jerry?
Certainly, yeah. I think if there's one thing I'm proud of, probably the most proud of, is we've held the original core value of the company from day one, and we concentrate on safety items, safety products, safety situations. You know, we don't make broadheads or the fastest bow or the fastest shooting gun or anything else.
Yes.
What we concentrate on are safety items. And when we first got into this, we saw the holes that were there.
There were.
And some of the holes were people just weren't wearing harnesses. Were harnesses there? They were.
Yeah,
sure they were.
They were uncomfortable.
We all had them.
They were uncomfortable. I mean,
they were a bunch of tangled straps and buckles.
Yes, yeah. And I know you hear testimony.
Sure, and we started looking at it and saying, first of all, why aren't they wearing it? And had to address that issue. And then another huge issue came a few years into our business, and I saw a statistic, and this statistic said 86% of people that fall from somewhere other than on their platform.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, boy, did that hit me like a ton of bricks, because
86%.
86%. That meant they were falling while they were ascending or descending or getting onto or off of the stand.
They weren't even on their stand yet. Yeah.
That's right. And that's where the concept of the lifeline came in.
Oh, yes.
And we said, you know what? If we can keep these people connected from the moment they leave the ground to the time they return to the ground, nothing bad's going to happen.
Nothing bad. No.
Nothing bad. You still might fall, but guess what? You just get right back on the stand and keep going.
Go right back up. Yeah. And I think you guys are in the forefront of this industry, too. And what kind of amazes me, you've kept together for 20 years. I mean, your core people, as far as I know, you're not owned by a company in France, okay? I mean...
No. You know what, Larry, more and more, and as we go, I think we're one of the few companies that are still a mom-and-pop company, still operating independent and not part of a conglomeration.
Well, that's why I wanted you on, Jerry, to not only congratulate you on the award, and, of course, Karen Lutto is one of my favorite folks that keeps up with a lot of stuff, but I want our folks to hear it. Every year, we're going to get you on, all right, just to tell that story and to let folks know that that you're still in Danville. So I'm asking you, what's the closest big town that anybody might recognize?
I would say Huntsville, Alabama.
That's right. Okay, I was hoping you'd say Huntsville. I was hoping you'd say Huntsville because, folks, they're east of Memphis, so you don't have to worry about going across the I-40 bridge here in Memphis, which is closed now, Jerry. So nobody can get to you from that way. But
goodness.
Thank you, buddy, for being with us. Always great to talk to you. Tell everybody hello, and if I can ever do anything for you, let me know. I'm here. Okay, man?
Larry, that sounds so awesome. Thank you so much for having us on, and God bless you.
All right, have a great day. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Be right back.